Artificial intelligence, it's the future, right? But what happens when that future is built with uncertainty, bias, and even risk? Well, according to an article by Reuters published on October 16th, 2024, the European Union is stepping in to put a magnifying glass on AI, and it's causing some serious waves for the tech giants. In this video, we dive into the newly revealed EU AI Act Compliance Checker, a tool designed to hold the world's biggest tech companies accountable. Reuters breaks down how this checker is intended to measure just how compliant AI systems are with the EU's upcoming regulations, and let's just say the results aren't looking too good for big tech. So, what's this compliance checker all about? Essentially, the EU has developed a tool to assess AI systems to ensure they meet the rigorous standards set by the new AI Act. But to truly understand its significance, let's break it down. At its core, the compliance checker serves as an evaluation tool, a digital watchdog of sorts, designed to inspect and assess AI systems used by companies. The EU developed this tool as part of their broader AI regulatory framework, particularly under the EU AI Act, which seeks to set global standards for AI safety and accountability. Why is this tool so crucial? Because not all AI systems are the same. Some are considered low risk, like AI-powered spam filters, but others fall into the high-risk category, and these are the ones the compliance checker is most focused on. High-risk AI systems are those that directly influence human lives, and they're deployed in areas where errors or biases can lead to devastating consequences. These include AI applications in #1, hiring decisions. Algorithms used to screen resumes or assess job applicants can shape people's careers and livelihoods. If these systems are biased, say favoring one gender or ethnicity over another, then they could perpetuate inequality in the workforce. The compliance checker scrutinizes whether these systems are built and trained in ways that promote fairness. #2. Law enforcement AI is increasingly being used for surveillance, facial recognition, and even predicting criminal activity. Missteps here could lead to invasions of privacy or wrongful arrests. The compliance checker ensures that AI in law enforcement doesn't overstep ethical boundaries or infringe on citizens' rights. #3. Healthcare. In healthcare, AI systems are being used for diagnosis, treatment planning, and managing patient data. A faulty algorithm here could result in a wrong diagnosis or treatment, potentially endangering lives. The compliance checker ensures that these systems are transparent, follow rigorous safety protocols, and have been thoroughly tested. These are just a few examples of high-risk AI applications where even small errors or biases can have outsized effects on individuals and society at large. The goal of the compliance checker is to catch these issues before they cause harm. It forces companies to confront questions like, how is the AI making decisions? Is the data it's trained on fair and representative? Are there safeguards in place to prevent unintended outcomes? Furthermore, the compliance checker assesses whether AI systems comply with risk management practices. This means that companies need to proactively identify potential risks in their AI systems and develop strategies to mitigate them. For instance, if an AI system used in healthcare could potentially misdiagnose patients due to biased training data, the compliance checker would flag this as a high-risk issue that requires immediate attention. The tool also looks at whether AI systems have undergone sufficient testing before deployment. High-risk AI can't just be thrown into the real world without being rigorously tested in controlled environments. The compliance checker ensures that companies have tested their AI on various datasets and scenarios to rule out harmful biases or malfunctions. One major issue: many tech giants are falling short of these standards. Reuters noted that the checker evaluates AI systems on factors like transparency, robustness, and data quality, all of which are crucial for safe and ethical AI use. So we don't really know what's going on behind the curtain. Even major tech companies like Google and Microsoft, received scores of 50 out of 100 in compliance, indicating there's significant room for improvement. Even more telling is that Meta and Amazon scored only 40 and 30, respectively. Microsoft and Meta are falling short when it comes to transparency and risk management. And that's a huge problem when it comes to accountability. How can we trust AI decisions if we don't know how they're being made? As a representative from the compliance checker put it, the EU is still working out all the compliance benchmarks, but we can already see some gaps in the models, he said. With a greater focus on optimizing for compliance, we believe model providers can be well prepared to meet regulatory requirements. These gaps are a big deal because high-risk AI systems can directly influence people's lives. Another critical point raised by the article is risk management. Reuters points out that many of these AI systems don't have proper safeguards in place to prevent harmful outcomes. This means that despite the EU's efforts to create stricter regulations, tech companies aren't fully equipped to ensure their AI won't cause unintended harm or discrimination. So, what exactly is the EU AI Act, and why is it causing such a stir? To understand why this compliance checker is so crucial, we need to dive into the EU AI Act itself, a legislative powerhouse that's set to become the world's first comprehensive AI law. The EU AI Act is part of Europe's ongoing effort to lead the way in AI regulation. It was proposed in 2021, and after years of debate, it's now becoming a reality in 2024. The Act categorizes AI systems into different levels of risk, ranging from minimal to high risk, and imposes strict requirements on the latter. For AI systems that could significantly impact people's lives, such as facial recognition or algorithms used in law enforcement, the EU AI Act demands that companies ensure their AI meets strict standards for safety, transparency, and fairness. There are several key elements to this legislation. First, the law requires companies to provide detailed documentation on how their AI systems work. This is meant to increase transparency and ensure that these systems aren't operating in secret. Next, the Act demands that AI systems undergo rigorous risk assessments before they're deployed, particularly if they're used in sensitive areas like healthcare, hiring, or security. And here's where it gets serious. Non-compliance with the Act can lead to massive fines, up to 6% of a company's global revenue. To put that into perspective, a company like Google could face billions of dollars in penalties if they don't follow the rules. But will these rules be enough to rein in big tech? And what does this all mean for the future of AI safety? With the EU AI Act coming into force, are we finally on the right path to ensuring AI is safe and ethical? Well, it's complicated. On one hand, this is a huge step forward for AI safety. By forcing companies to be more transparent and to assess the risks of their AI, the EU is setting a global standard. For the first time, there will be legal accountability for how AI systems are built and deployed. This means fewer chances of biased algorithms making life-altering decisions, and hopefully more safeguards to protect the public. But there's another side to this story, and it's far from ideal. As Reuters pointed out, the compliance checker has exposed significant gaps in how tech companies approach AI regulation. Despite the EU's stringent standards, many big tech players like Google, Microsoft, and Meta are struggling to meet the necessary compliance requirements. This raises a critical question. Are companies truly prioritizing safety and ethics when deploying AI systems? One major concern is that AI development is moving faster than regulation. The tech world is advancing at lightning speed, with AI systems becoming more powerful and widespread by the day. New applications of AI are emerging in fields like healthcare, finance, and even education. Yet, as the compliance checker shows, the regulatory frameworks in place may not be able to keep up with this rapid evolution. While the EU AI Act sets a global benchmark, the reality is that technology often outpaces governance. This disconnect could mean that AI systems might be deployed with inadequate safeguards, or that companies may cut corners in order to push innovations to market faster. Even with tools like the compliance checker, there's always the risk that regulations will lag behind the rapid pace of AI development, leaving gaps where harmful or biased AI systems could slip through unnoticed. Will this regulation be able to keep up? That's the big question. Even with the best intentions, laws often struggle to keep up with rapidly evolving technology. And when you're dealing with something as complex and far-reaching as AI, there's always the risk of unforeseen consequences. As the tech world races forward, model providers can be well prepared to meet regulatory requirements only if they commit to prioritizing safety and ethics alongside innovation. Still, this isn't just about Europe. The EU AI Act is likely to have a ripple effect worldwide. Other countries are watching closely, and as Reuters pointed out, this could lead to a wave of similar legislation across the globe. It could even force companies in non-EU countries to comply if they want to continue operating in Europe. So is the EU AI Act a step in the right direction? Absolutely. It's a much-needed first step in creating a safer, more ethical future for AI. But it's also a reminder that we're only at the beginning of this journey. As AI continues to evolve, the laws that govern it will need to evolve too, faster, smarter, and with an eye on the long-term impacts. The world of AI is full of promise, but also uncertainty. The EU AI Act may be the first serious attempt to bring clarity to that uncertainty, but there's still so much more work to be done. It's a fascinating, sometimes frightening new frontier, and one that we all need to be paying close attention to. Because in the end, AI won't just shape our future, it will decide it.